Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer. Welcome to my channel, and I hope that you will enjoy this video. I hope it will be informative and helpful. It's what I have in my heart to spread a message of a very important one. So let's get started. My name is Jennifer. I am a mother of two beautiful girls, 16, Whitney, and that's my oldest is 16. Her name is Whitney Leilani, and she was actually born in Hawaii, so hence her middle name. And Ashley Elizabeth, who is now 14. Wow, time flies so fast. I remember the day that they were born like it was yesterday. I also remember the day that I put a narcotic in my body. The day that my life changed, my children's. It was a day I can also remember like it was yesterday. I had no idea what I was about to embark on, but I was about to find out in a really bad way. It was the year of 2002. My youngest was a little over 2 years old, and my children are about 3 years apart. Anyway, I got Lyme's disease. Well, at first I didn't know that's what it was. My arm started hurting really bad, like I had broken it. I had no idea what was happening, but I was in a lot of pain. And really quick, not to get into too long details of it, if you don't know what Lyme's is, it's when you get bit by a tick that carries the virus. And it attacks your nerves and your muscles, and it can make you very ill and in a lot of pain. But the pain doesn't necessarily go all over your body. Mine was only in my right arm, all the way up, and the tick had bitten me right here on my chest. Luckily for me, I had what they called a telltale sign of Lyme, which was a bullseye type thing. Anyway, I was in a lot of pain. Long story short, called my doctor. He sent me on some muscle relaxers. I took them. They didn't help. That night I was in the emergency room with my ex-husband, John. And my family or friends, I can't honestly remember, was taking care of the children. But someone responsible was taking care of them. The doctor comes in, blah, 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 you know, I have Lyme. He confirmed it with a blood test. And, he gave me Percocet for pain. I had never heard of Percocet. Well, I had heard the name, but I was so focused on being a mother, which I always dreamed of, and an abusive husband, that I didn't really think, you know, I wasn't into drugs, let's just say that. I had never done any drugs. Not high school. I wasn't a fabulous kid. Like when I turned 18, I don't know what happened, but it was like I started being stupid, but I never did drugs at all. Anyway, so moving forward, I remember coming home, and that's it. My mom, I remember now, and my grandma came down to help take care of the children because I was deathly sick. I mean, it really truly attacks you and makes you horribly sick. So I remember coming home, my mom's and my grandma taking care of the kids and helping me out. I remember putting that first pill in my body because I was in legit pain. I didn't think about it, you know, I needed something, and this helped. And that very first pill, something triggered in my brain, and I liked it. was in a very abusive relationship at the time. He was physically, mentally abusive. Just to give you a little idea, he even broke my nose at one point. So, you know, he was quite abusive. So when I took the pill for the first time, I had found something that was my new best friend. It made me forget about what was going on, not only with the Lyme and the pain, but it helped me forget that my husband was abusive, my ex-husband was abusive. It helped all the pain that I went through from as a child that I constantly reviewed in my mind, which, if you want to hear a little bit of that, I'll get into it another time maybe. But my father was an alcoholic, and it was a crazy environment. I had a very wonderful mother, and I'm the oldest of 3 sisters. But my father was a really abusive, mean, hateful drunk. And I haven't actually talked to him in like years. And he still drinks. And last time I saw him, he was really yellow and probably going to die from alcoholism. And that leads me into what I was thinking, you know, I never thought that I would be like my dad. And that's the number one reason that as a teenager I didn't drink and I didn't use drugs and I was trying to be the best person I could. Because I did not in any way, shape, or form, especially after I became a mother, I wanted it to be different for my kids. And me. I didn't want to be like him. In any way. Because in my mind then, he was a mean person. I didn't understand addiction. All I knew is that he hurt everyone around. And he hurt my mom, the most important person. And besides my grandparents at that moment and my sisters at that moment in my life. So, taking that first pill, I felt, I can't even, and if you've been there, you know exactly what I'm trying to say. Whether you've sought out drugs on the street for the first time, peer pressure, or got them through a legitimate reason from a doctor like me, it doesn't matter. If you're an addict like me and have addictive personality, and you've been down addiction road like I have, you know, when you take that first pill, it's like, that was my new best friend. I had found something that could block everything out that was up here. I didn't have to listen to it anymore. I had a miracle pill, right? If only I knew. So, let's move forward a little bit. I took that bottle completely. Every day. Quickly became more than one a day. And when the bottle was empty, I was concerned. I had no idea why I was sweating, shaking, jerking. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't think. It was withdrawal. Opiate withdrawal. But I had never been through it. I had no idea. And I craved those pills. Craved them. In my bones, I needed more. Long story short, I went to my doctor. At the time we were in Maryland. My husband was in the military, my ex-husband was in the military. So, I told you in the beginning my oldest, well, I don't know if I did, but anyway, we had been stationed in Hawaii for 3 years when my oldest was born, and then we were in Bethesda, Maryland at this time, where my youngest was born. Anyway, moving on. I went to my family doctor. He was an older gentleman. I'm not saying that he wasn't a good doctor or whatever, but that's one of the problems with this. And now, thank goodness, they have monitoring programs which prevent this from happening, hopefully, but I know that it still happens. But now that they don't give out narcotics like they used to, and after the middle of my addiction, I did the same thing. You go out and you find whatever you can to get better. And you go on the street when they won't give you a script. That's just where it leads. So anyway, I went into the doctor, and this was, like I said, I don't know what year it was. My daughter was 2, she's 14 now, my youngest. So it was a long time. It was a little while ago. Anyway, he gave me that day. Now, notice, in the emergency room, doctor gave me 5 milligram Percocet with $500 acetaminophen in it too, I think. I can't really remember now. But anyway, 5 milligram Percocet with Tylenol. So, but this doctor, I had researched about narcotics, and he gave me, I believe it was 10 milligrams, or no, it was 15, I think. Yeah, 15. Anyway, they had no Tylenol in them because it would ruin my liver. He gave me 120 of them. I'm not kidding you. Told him I had Lyme, complains about my arm still hurting. Even though by this point it had quit hurting, it was only hurting from withdrawal that I was there seeking to fix. Anyway, he literally gave me 120 of them. No tests, no blood, no really anything. He wrote the script within 5 minutes, and I was out the door to the pharmacy, took them, made me feel great, and me and my husband and my children went on our trip where we were headed to Ohio at the time. I went through 120 15 milligram no Tylenol oxycodone within 2 weeks. Before we even left Ohio, I needed more. And I did it. The doctor shopped again at the ER. Got enough to go home. Saw that same doctor. Continuously kept getting better prescriptions. More than one. Anyway, I'm not gonna continue today because I don't want these videos to be extremely long. So that's where I'm gonna stop today, and I hope that you'll come back tomorrow or the next day. I'm not gonna promise it will be tomorrow, but I'm going to do my best to at least put up a video every other 2 to 3 days. And we'll continue with my story. And I even want to take you guys with me on a little road trip so that I can physically show you where I grew up. I'm in my hometown now, so I can show you my old home that we lived in when I was a kid. I'll take you to the bridge that I used to live under. The convenience store where I sat for hours to panhandle. Back in the woods where I froze to sleep in a tent with people I didn't even know. To the truck stop where I would get on trucks with strange people to rob them, ticket trucks. I'm not trying to put this story up to brag about any of it because it's not fun. I'm doing this channel to make awareness. And I'm starting with my story so you know where it can lead. And that there is hope. And that's how I'm going to end my videos. And that is, I will see you soon. Remember, there is hope.